Are you sure this is week 14?
Hillary, don't you have an iPad? Look it up on YouTube.
Well, welcome to week 14 of You're on Mute, baby. I am Tanisha, and I happen to be the host tonight. That is Hillary in the shawl.
Didn't have this on all day. I just got chilly when I made it to the house.
And then that is Brittany in the light pink. Okay. Um, so yeah. What's up? What's going on, guys? How y'all doing this week?
Fabulous.
God is good.
Okay. Anything interesting happened this week?
No, it's been actually very uneventful, which I love.
I was about to say, and I'll take that.
Brittany, what's you opening?
I don't know. Something I got in the mail from the bank.
They
Kind
sent
of
you a check?
need to be, but I'm listening. Go ahead. A checkbook, baby. I don't need that.
Don't be writing no bad checks anyway.
It's too
Um,
grown for me.
that's a
I rebuke.
crime.
I rebuke that,
I
Lord.
rebuke it too, Lord. I rebuke it, Lord. Don't let my friend go down that road, Lord.
I ain't going. But this too grown for me.
Writing checks?
That's too grown.
You know what? Out of there. Out of there, out of there. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into the icebreaker. Y'all know I like to play a little cute little game. So we're gonna play Lyrical Genius. I'm gonna give y'all a word, y'all gonna tell me the first lyrics that come to y'all head. Any song, any genre, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
girl.
I got 10 words. We're gonna play that real quick, and then we're gonna get into it. All right. First word. Y'all ready?
Uh-huh.
Love.
Love.
You gotta say the lyrics, Hillary.
How many people use your name in vain?
Keisha Cole, love. Okay. Brittany, you got one?
I was thinking of Keisha Cole.
No, you
Girl,
Love.
she
wouldn't.
just want to play
You
your
would.
answer.
Is that the
No, you
same
wouldn't.
song?
That it's Keisha Cole. She was singing, yeah.
So I got to do
Jesus.
another one. Let me see. It got to be Music Soul Child then when he say love.
Okay then.
That's
Okay.
what I was singing.
Oh, I
She
thought you were
said
singing
she was
Keisha
saying Keisha
Cole.
Cole.
Tanisha don't have a clue.
Well, I was
Okay.
thinking Keisha Cole. Never knew what I was missing.
Okay.
Okay, that's a different one. I would have said real love. Uh, uh, I'm talking. Mary J. Okay. Second word. This should be easy. Maybe. Dope.
Boy, 95 Air Max on.
I went.
Bye.
I started selling dope
Selling
back in
dope back in 19. That was
1986.
mine.
Bought a
That was mine.
Cadillac. Put some things on
That
that.
was mine. Okay. Breathe.
How can I breathe
Mario.
without you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hillary, you got one.
I don't.
I was gonna do Jay Holiday. Cause I can't breathe when you
That's a
talk
good
to
one.
me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Next word, please.
Please don't
Same.
go.
That was mine. Hillary.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember that Britney Spears song? It's like "Touch Me, Please Me." Now
You lost me. You lost me.
it's "If You Seek Amy."
Never
Keisha
heard
gonna
of it.
know it when
Okay.
Keisha watch this. Keisha gonna be like, "Yep."
Okay. Um. Don't. Five.
First thing, Rihanna. Please don't stop the music.
Ooh, that was
Okay.
good,
That's the first
Brittany.
That
thing that
was
popped in my
good.
head.
That was good.
That was
Okay.
good.
Mine was gonna be don't play with her, don't be dishonest. Bryson Tiller. Y'all know that one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hillary, you got one? Hillary, as much as you sing and blow our
I
eardrums
know.
out. Okay. Next word, leave. I'ma leave the door open.
If you want to leave, go
Go
ahead and
ahead and leave,
leave.
baby.
One thing that I find out, you can't have one woman, gotta have
Gotta
three.
have three. Okay, that was a good one. Okay, this one easy. Talk.
What's your leave?
Brittany,
Hillary, you
we're
got
on
me.
to the next.
Okay, talk.
Talk.
This easy. Yeah. Talk. Yeah. For a
Minute.
minute. Yeah, that was mine too. Okay. This one, the next one is Brittany.
Let me see. Welcome to my sex room.
Okay.
Where your body leaves my body is a private after party. If you want it, girl, I got it in
Okay.
my.
Okay.
Let me
Trey
see the words.
Songz.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What Jay somebody?
What? She wanted to go ahead.
Come on, Jay. Say what you gotta say, babe.
Go check the rice, man.
That's why big men act like
Stir it
that.
up.
It is for real.
Stir it.
Okay. The next one, we got two more. The next one is music.
Please don't stop the
Pl-
music. Use it.
Okay,
I
you're
got
using
that
the
from
same
Brittany.
one. Okay. Play that funky music, white boy.
Hey.
Play that funky music. Okay, Brittany, what you got?
Music makes me lose control. Music.
Here we go now. Here
Okay. Last one is heart.
Heart.
Break my heart. Say you love me again. Tony Braxton.
we go. That was good.
Y'all drawing the
How
blank?
that song go?
I don't have a single one.
If I never ever said that I love you, just remember, girl, I'm saying I do. If you some you
What heart at?
always in my heart. Y'all don't know that song?
Okay.
It's Kevin Campbell. Always in my heart.
Okay.
Hmm.
Huh? Yeah,
Hillary?
let me see it.
No.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nada.
All
Zilch.
right. Well, that was it for the icebreaker, guys. I know I just like to play games on here. So, before I jump into the segment for tonight, I want to go back to an episode that we did. I don't even remember what episode it was. Where we talked about um marriage. We was talking about Brittany. Um,
That was last episode.
was it?
Hmm.
No, episode before last.
I think it was the one before last.
What was last episode
So
about?
last
The
episode,
anonymous
Brittany was
letter.
talking about the people asking about the racism and the Come on.
Come on, Jesus.
Okay.
That was unsolicited, not on purpose.
Okay. So I think it
Where
was
we at?
episode before last. We was talking about marriage, and Brittany was saying that she really wasn't whatever. And I want to clarify something that I was talking about because a couple people commented. I read the comments, and a couple people commented and was thinking. I don't know what y'all thought, but I want to clarify what I was talking about. I was talking about when I said if you're not that man's wife, you can't make a decision. I was talking about in the event that something suddenly happens.
Medically.
Yeah, I was talking
Yeah.
about in the event that, like, think stroke, heart attack. Yes, there are things that you can put in place, power of attorney, all those things. Yes, I was speaking specifically if there was something happened suddenly and he was incapacitated, he or she was incapacitated, and the wife or the husband makes the decisions. That's what I was talking about. And I don't want y'all to take from me. I pulled it up on here on Google. If
Oh
y'all,
my stars.
it's if you want to Google it, it's called next of kin hierarchy.
Oh my God.
And so I want y'all to look that up because it was people in the comments, and so we have to address the comments. And so I don't want y'all to think I was talking about there was nothing that can be done. Yeah, it is. Y'all can put it in writing. But in the event that there's nothing in writing and there's something suddenly happens, spouse, adult children, parents, siblings, whatever else. That's
Thank
the
you,
order.
Tanisha.
You're welcome. Okay, so okay, we're gonna jump right into tonight's episode. Tell me the last thing that disappointed you.
Myself.
Do you want to elaborate or no?
I mean, y'all already know, but no. But it
Okay,
was
you ain't got
myself,
to.
and then I had to realize that shit happens. It was out of my control. Well, to
Brittany,
some extent.
you don't have to elaborate.
I'm not, but I had to, give myself a little grace and mercy because I treated myself real bad for about a week and a half. But I was just disappointed in a decision that I made that I didn't see the bigger picture for what it was all gonna fan out to eventually, and I just made a flesh driven decision, and it ended up, disappointing me in the end.
Hmm. But you know what? It's big to say like, "Hey, I was disappointed in myself."
Yeah,
Like
it is.
that takes a lot.
Cause I mean, y'all know I was like, it was tough, but it was at the end of the day, it was like, At the end of the day got the end. So
Amen.
it was
They got
like
it
that for
in. It got the end.
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
It got it in. Seriously.
yeah, it had to
Okay.
end.
Hillary.
And so this is, I'm disappointed in people, which is a little bit rare for me because if you know me, you know I don't really put a lot of stock in people anyways. Like people are going to be people. And yeah, I would say I used to be bad about expecting me from other people. And then like I was delivered from it. Like I'm like there's literally will never be another me. But yeah, like just that in general, like expecting people to show up for you and they don't, like it's disappointing. So I would say, just other people. And it could be something small. But like if I pour into you, I expect for you to pour into me as well. So I think that would is a disappointment when it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Okay. What was my disappointment? So
Jesus.
I think my last disappointment probably was what he
On
say?
the podcast. He got his dollar bill, but it's more. So
To
okay.
tell you, like they told me, cash rules
Oh,
everything around me, singing dollar
you
dollar
got
bill,
money
y'all.
too?
Why you ain't ask dollar bill as one of the questions? I would have had that.
Hillary.
As long as I find
We've
my
moved
dollar
on.
bill, I'm rich.
Where you get
Period.
that money from?
But Shannon, I said,
Okay,
Ooh,
period.
Sammy.
Um, okay, so I think my disappointment probably was this family member that keeps up a lot of drama always. Um, always saying stuff they ain't got no business saying. And I don't know why it continuously disappoints me, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's they haven't learned and I don't know, think that they ever will. So I probably should stop letting it
Mm-hmm.
disappoint me.
Yeah.
So, what role does disappointment and unmet expectations play in becoming jaded? When I say jaded, y'all, jaded is if you don't know what I say jaded, what that means, it's kind of like
I'm
you
well
are
aware.
really
I'm well
no.
aware.
I'm talking about the viewers.
Oh, okay, I thought you was calling me slow, bro.
No, Brittany, you know what jaded means?
Yes.
Okay. For any viewer that doesn't know what jaded means, that's who I was really talking to. Yeah, it means like when you like tired or bored or lacking enthusiasm because you've been through something, and it kind of shifted your perspective, and so now you're jaded about it. So anyway, what role does disappointment and unmet expectations play in becoming jaded?
Um, I think a lot because you can't keep expecting for people to show up for you and give you the same type of results that you got in the beginning, or you can't expect for people to still desire you, like in relationships. You can't expect for me to continue to desire you and have the same feelings towards you and still be so in love head over heels for you like I was in the beginning, and you keep disappointing me. Like, and you keep just letting me down. Like, of course, the fit, like disappointments and all of that. Like, it's gonna, deteriorate how you feel towards somebody. So I feel like it plays a lot. And for example, and it could be in any situation, like, say with a parent or something, like you keep letting your child down and letting your child down after so long, it's like, I don't
Okay,
care.
Hillary.
So it depends on the situation, but for me, I'm real good at realizing that one person is not the next, right? So typically I don't harbor anything now. Like when it comes to coworkers and things like that, I'm already on alert. Like a coworker, just because we are here to work together, so I can't necessarily trust you like that, right? So typically outside of the work ladies that I have now, yeah, like anything, I'm probably jaded when it comes to coworkers just because everybody has had little coworkers that throw you under the bus and stuff like that. Now, as far as like dating and things like that, I'm real good at realizing that one person is not the next. Now, so everybody gets a clean slate with me, right? But I am looking for the red flags the whole time. Not that I'm gonna treat you differently, but I'm just alert, like I'm aware. So when you start displaying certain behaviors, oh, I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
But when, as far as first starting off, like I'll give you a clean slate. Like you're not the last person, so I don't feel like that would be fair for me to treat you according to what the last person did to me. You don't know that man.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Okay. Thank you for that. Um, which was my next.
Too.
Yeah.
Y'all don't hear the music start playing?
No.
No.
Oh, the music just randomly started playing.
Acting like
Was it a
somebody
church
else up in
song?
them.
It wasn't a church song. It was a blues song. So my next question was, have you ever been jaded? Which kind of is the same a little bit. But if you have ever been jaded, when did you realize you had become jaded?
I tend to give people way more chances than they deserve. Um, so I realized it, but I still kept giving them more chances still. And their shit don't do nothing but cause a war within yourself, because it's like, you want to give them another chance. You want them to, not be a disappointment. You want them to not be what they really are, and it's really just you gonna just keep disappointing yourself, because it's like you already know what the outcome gonna be. Why you keep, and it just once you
So your
realize
answer
what
is
enough is
yes,
enough.
you have been jaded,
Yeah, I have.
relationship wise.
Let me see. Yes, relationship wise, friendship wise, yes. Um, most people, some people. I'm not gonna say all people, but some human beings are just disappointing. It just they don't know no better. They can't help it, and I've had it. Yeah, I've had it. Now, have I? I don't know if I've done it to anybody else. If so, it was a reason why, because I'll show up for the people that show up for me. So, I mean,
Okay.
whoop do.
So quick little backstory. The other day, okay, the other day, I was talking to somebody, and Brittany. Okay. So the other day, I was talking to somebody, and I hadn't talked to them in a while, and we were on the phone. They were like, I heard you wrote a book and blah blah blah, and you headed to this, blah blah blah. And they were like, promise me one thing, and I'm like, what? And they were like, she was like, promise me you won't have no kids. And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, promise me you won't have no kids, because kids is, and she went on to explain all the negative things about kids. And in my mind, I was like, you're jaded. And huh?
You're on
You
mute.
you muted.
My bad. Is she a mom?
Yes, but she only has one kid. And her kid is an adult kid, and she was like, they get older and they disrespectful and they this and they that. And I told her, I said, I cannot promise you that, because kids is something that I want. And in my head, I was like, she is so jaded. Like, her experience was bad, and therefore she's trying to tell me not to have this experience, and I don't think that's right. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of the backstory of where this is coming from, why I'm talking about jadedness, because I just want to know, like, do y'all think that people that's jaded should give advice to people that hasn't had the experience that they're talking about, that they're jaded about?
I would say that a lot of people who are jaded don't even know that they're jaded. Like, so they speak from such a pessimistic view, you know what I mean? Not
Yes,
realizing you're doing this out of hate or out of jadedness. But also, you know, if you have not reflected on it, why would you know that you're jaded? You know what I mean?
right.
Um,
And
Especially if you
so
don't do inner work or something like that. Yeah.
Right. And so after we hung up the phone, because it kind of like bothered me, because I'm like, first off, why would you tell me to promise you that? Because I'm not going to promise you that. And you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like people that are jaded, it's fine to be jaded. Life happens, disappointments happen. And but like if you're jaded, go talk to somebody else that's jaded and y'all sit under a jaded tree and have y'all little powwow. But don't try to tell somebody that hasn't had that experience not to do it, because I don't think that's fair.
Well, it's different when you're speaking from a point of like it's like criticism versus constructive criticism versus her saying like, "Hey, I'm worried about you. I have this is what I've experienced," versus you sitting here complaining to me about your experience. Like it's a
Yeah.
difference. You know what I mean?
And I also think like if you're jaded and you can tell somebody like, this is my experience, I'm just telling you my experience, do what you want. Like don't tell somebody not to do something.
Right, but also you ought to know your audience because anybody who knows you knows that you plan on having at least 2 children. So clearly, she don't know you well enough to have been giving advice.
Don't. Don't.
I'll
Well,
say
I mean,
this, and I say this, Nee, you know, I've always, like I say, don't have no children, babe. Take, but it's not coming from a place. First of all, let me rewind and say your situation is not going to be like my situation. Your experience is not going to be how my experience was bringing children. You're going to be married. I was not married. I you know, had a daughter, then a few years later had another child, then boom, took a rest or whatever, then had another one 10 years later. You're not married to neither one of them. So she can't, and given she might, you know, just be sharing her experience, but what I will understand probably what she is saying, motherhood is a lot. It does take a, you know, it'll take a lot out of you. And the things that you like to do, maybe she don't know that you done doing the thing you done, like with all that. I mean, of course, you and your child still gonna, you know, take a trip every now and then or whatever. You're just soaking. But you know, I just drew a blank. Of course, you know, you and your kid and your husband, your family, y'all gonna, you know, y'all gonna do the
take
things. But
trips.
yeah, you know that once you have a child, you can't, you know, do that spontaneous. Oh, let me hop up because the child may be in school or something, or the child may have a cold, or one of y'all may have like you're. She just had a unfortunate experience that made her be one and done. Your experience is not gonna be like nobody else's experience. Like
And I
your
say all the
experience ain't gonna be
time
like
that
Hillary's. Yours ain't gonna be like mine. Yeah.
no two people are running the same race. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's running their own race. And like for me and Hillary, for example, we running parallel to each other. As close as we is, we running parallel, but we on different paths. Even running
For
parallel,
sure.
her path is not my path. And so
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure we all had the same point of view, because I was really like, this woman really told me to promise her I was not gonna have any kids, and that is crazy to me.
Very
And
crazy.
also, don't curse me with that. You know what I mean? I don't even like the words you speaking to me. Matter of fact, click, hoe. Because why would you say that?
Yeah, and
The
I
only
Like,
literally
thing,
told her,
like, go ahead.
I was like, I'm not gonna promise you that. I was like, I'm not gonna promise you that. Like, my words to her was, I've worked really hard, and I deserve to leave my legacy behind to my children. And she went on to say, I know, you doing good, but I'm just saying, churn ain't all this caked up to be, and they grow up and this, and then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's your experience. That's not gonna be. That
They
don't have
do.
to be
They
my
grow up and
experience.
either they're going to, they do, and they grow up and either they're going
And like,
to,
I want to say this, like, my mom has 3 children, and she did it pretty much as a single mom. My sister and brother daddy was there, you know, a part of the childhood. But what I'm saying is, we're all adults now, and she's not jaded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still have a great relationship. I just talked to her earlier. And so, like, that ain't necessarily gonna be my experience just because you had a bad experience.
it's what's the quote where it's like, don't take advice from people who you wouldn't want to be in their shoes or something similar to that?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't want to be like you anyway. So, no, I'm not going to take your advice and not have children. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
mm,
Um,
and I will say this, even though, you know, y'all see the chaos that I go through every day, but it's like them kids bring me some of the happiest times though. Like it can be times when, you know, my dick in the dirt and you know, my children, they just, you know, literally they'll brighten up my day or they'll do something funny and we all just hollering or something like. So, granted, it is hard work, but them little people, I need them little people more than they need me. So that, I think that was very selfish of somebody to promise me you're not gonna have no children, baby. Just
Girl,
because
I'm
yours
never
whooping
talking
your
to you
head,
again. You talking about promise you. You ain't never finna hear from me
yeah.
again.
And
And
like another
now I would say
example
the
is
only thing I would ever tell y'all, like, don't ever do is get a hysterectomy. That's the only thing. Like I tell y'all, don't ever do that. But like y'all have seen the things though, so it's like. But other than that, I'm not gonna say Tanisha, don't never have no children. If I do it, I'm saying it jokingly, but I'm not gonna be like Tanisha. Please promise me from the bottom of your heart that you're not gonna go out here
Right.
and do what the hell you want to do with your twat.
like and when I was thinking about it, like somebody that's in my inner circle, not my friends, family wise, is going through a divorce, and she's never looked at me and said, "Don't get married," because I'm going through a hard time with it. Like never. She still allows me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And like she knows it's my life, it's my decision. That ain't necessarily gonna be my outcome. Like, and I appreciate the fact that she, even if she is jaded, she does not let me know. Like she doesn't put that on me. Like,
She's
I
not
wouldn't.
projecting.
Right. So okay. Um, do you think? Do y'all think jadedness can be reversed?
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. You just need some healing.
Yes.
You
You need some
just
healing
That's
and
all. It's
the
very
right
simple.
people around.
Yeah, I was about to say, you need to change your circle because misery loves company, and you got to watch the company you keep. And I was literally, talking to one of my sisters, and she was telling me some things, and I was like, I've been there, did that, got the T-shirt, but what will help you? What helped me was one, surrounding myself. My bad. Yeah, I had to tell her, one thing when I was going through a dark time, what I had to do was surround myself with better people. If I'm staying around people that's going through the same thing with me, we all gonna stay in the same place. Like, you need to be around somebody that's doing something different. Like, if you in a room with a bunch of broke people, everybody gonna stay broke. Ain't nobody up in here mind on getting money. Like, ain't nobody got no ideas of how the hell we gonna eat tomorrow. Like,
Right.
yeah, so it definitely can be reversed, but it's all in, you got to change your mind. You got the way to change the way you thinking. Um, you definitely gonna have to get closer to God. Because in your
Yes.
times of darkness, that's that's gonna be what's gonna pull you out. I mean, the help of your friends and stuff, but that big man, he gonna do the things that your friends can't do. Of
Right.
course, they'll be there to give you that push, but um and that's coming from
And
me, coming from somebody that was extremely jaded with everything.
yeah, and so
That's good.
personally I could have easily been jaded. I'm talking about marriage wise now. Because I've seen a bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, marriage wise. But because I'm trying to get closer to God and I know marriage is biblical, I am pursuing that route. But like I said, I don't want nobody to think that what I'm saying is you got to do what I'm doing. If that's not your path,
For
that's not your
sure.
path. And so, you run your own race, and everybody's running a different
Mhm.
race. And I think jadedness is real. People do have bad experiences, and they don't. Once they felt some type of way this way, and now they feel this way, and that's okay because we are humans. But which brings me to my next question: if you could give advice to someone who is newly jaded, what would you say to them?
It'll be all right, man. For real, you gotta and that advice, you know, don't think that this is the end of your story. Um, because yeah, it's life is life, and for a lot of people. So don't think where you at right now is your final destination. Like, it's gonna be all right.
Hmm.
Because I done been jaded in a lot of things in life, a lot, like so many to where sometimes I'll be like, damn, I used to hate doing this, but it's like it brings me joy now. So it's like different strokes for different folks, but I'm telling y'all, coming from somebody that then felt a lot of different things and then got burnt out on a lot of different things, You really do. You got to change the way you think, because I will say this, and I'm big enough to say that I used to be a very negative person. I was very negative minded. Like everything, like it got so bad to the point that I used to get I used to get anxiety, like because I just knew something bad was going to happen. Like just a negative thinking type of person. And this shit is tiring. So, it's like, and then once you get around different people that are brighter people, like y'all, when I got around, people that made me think better, and people start to say shit like, no, why your face looks so brightly? It's like you just let go of that stuff. Like you just gotta let go. You just gotta breathe. You gotta take that stuff a day at a time, and you gotta realize it's not gonna happen overnight. I promise you, it's not gonna happen overnight. It might take a year, but you just gotta be willing to ride that ride, and just know that trouble don't last always, and
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
it'll
And
be all right.
what I will say is, yeah, what I'll say is, and me and Hillary talk about this all the time. Like, there's a lesson in everything, and sometimes God will keep giving you that same lesson. What you calling jadedness is God giving you that same lesson over and over because you keep failing it. And
Every
so,
time that lesson is gonna get harder. Every time it's gonna get harder each time. I'm here to tell you, it's
yeah,
gonna get harder every single time. He gonna be like, oh, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna show you. That's what he gonna do.
a hard head make a soft rump. And so, that would be my advice. Like, some, maybe, look at it as a lesson. Learn the lesson that God is trying to teach you, and so that you can move on
Mm-hmm.
from that. Um, and like
If it
Brittany
were
said,
me and
you have to change your
go ahead.
mindset. And you have to change your mindset. And y'all know, anybody that know me personally know I'm always saying, don't say that. Why you saying don't? Because your words become your reality. And people can say what they want to say, but that is fact. I do good in life because I speak
Yes.
positivity. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so people will think that I be, oh, you doing too much, you being too dramatic. No, I'm not. Like, you're speaking death over yourself and you don't even realize it. So anyway, Hillary.
And y'all got me watching what I say. And like I found myself at work today. A girl said something, and I said, I rebuke that. A patient said that. I said, I rebuke that. I do. I rebuke that in the name.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Y'all got me rebuking all day. And y'all, even like I told y'all, I'm starting to watch the stuff that I say. Like I used to be like, oh, my back is killing me. Mm-mm. Don't say that. Like Brent
Mm-mm.
say, don't say
Right.
that. Don't say
Don't
that.
say that.
But and another thing that I want to piggyback off on, and I'm done. If you are jaded with life itself, life is supposed to be a beautiful thing. Some people don't even live, to make it to where you at, to the age that you at. So you only get one life to live, and then you need to make it your best one. Don't be going through life just sad and depressed and jaded about everything. And even if it is about having children, I hate that for you, that you feel that way. I'm pretty sure you love your child, but you had a bad experience. Not everybody has a good experience. I had bad experiences, but life is meant to be a beautiful thing because you only get one. So get out of there. Get out of there.
Hillary, give us your advice to the jaded person, newly jaded person.
Forgiveness is for you, not for other people.
Ooh,
That's good.
That's it. That's all I got to
yes it
say.
is.
You're gonna be walking around mad, angry, all the things, and that other person is living their life.
Living their
Far
life.
from
You
you.
hear me?
Yes.
Living their
So
life.
forgiveness
Let
is
it
for you.
let it go for you. Let it go. Come on through, sir. Come on. That was a good one right there. That was a good one. That was a
That
good one.
was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, so last thing, because I want us to end on a good note. Tell me the last thing that made you smile, laugh, happy, anything, any of that.
Y'all, Yuri's so funny. I just be thinking about all the stuff he be saying and doing. But I'm gonna try to not use Yuri. So y'all go and I'm gonna be thinking.
The
Y'all really?
last.
Yes.
It was yesterday when I gave Hillary that shout out on social media, and she was like, "What I did?" And she didn't even know. It was like, it's not even that she looking out for me. Like she looking out for everybody around me, and it just touched my heart because I was like. Look at her. Like for real. She was just, she was looking out for the people around me. Like, probably ain't
Right.
had a conversation with these folks in years or anything, but it was like, and then she was like, I wouldn't have picked nobody else. And I was like, look at her. Look at her just out here just doing God's work. I was just like, how a parent be looking at their child when they learn how to ride a bike or something. I was like, look at her.
Christmas just. But I feel like if you're gonna say you love somebody, or like this person is your friend, or you're gonna show up for somebody, that includes their whole camp.
Yeah,
That includes their whole camp. Love is what love does. Period.
that is true. Hillary, you got a happy moment or laughing, something that made you laugh today?
Something that made me laugh today. So it would have been yesterday, and it's not something that really made me laugh. If anything, it actually made me very sad. But it was the principle behind it. I had a resident who has graduated. She lived a rough life, all the things. But when she left the village, she left successfully, actually owning a little piece of something, and it's hers. And so she's probably been gone for like 3 or 4 months. But she showed up, and I think I was on the phone with Nee, and I said such and such, and it was my
Yeah.
old resident. So basically, I'm saying all that to say this is a woman who has been through so much stuff, like so much stuff. I won't tell her story, but like she don't cry to people, she don't talk to people, but when she become close to you, like she comes close to you. And long story short, I'm saying all that to say she came to cry in my office yesterday. I hadn't seen her in 3 months, but she saved that because she trusted me so much with that. And
Use
so
her
she
face.
saved them tears for 3 months. She came to my office. She sat for probably like an hour and a half, and she cried and did all the things. We talked about it. And yeah. So that in itself made me smile. Not that she is hurting, but she knew where to go to feel safe. And so yeah,
Yeah.
that's my girl.
Okay. Um, if my laughing moment today was y'all got deep stores. I ain't got no deep store. So I was on a call. Okay, y'all two know my friend Lily. Lily's dog died, right? And that is not the funny part. Yeah, Zoe. Zoe died last night. So Lily called me today
Oh, last night,
and
so funny.
yeah, so Lily called me tonight and I mean today and she was telling me that Zoe died. We talked about it. And then when my man got off work, we wanted to do a group FaceTime so that he could tell Lily like, "Hey, I'm sorry that your dog died." And so y'all two know that my man is not American. And in his culture, like dogs are just dogs. But Lily treated this dog like a human. And so he was like, okay, he was like, I'm so sorry. Cause y'all know he's really empathetic. He was like, I'm so sorry, Lily, that this happened. And he was like, did y'all bury him yet? And Lily said, we took him to get cremated. When I tell y'all, that man was like, what the fuck? Like, you taking a dog to get cremated? Cremated?
No.
So, like, he just cannot wrap his mind around somebody taking a dog to get cremated. You just dig a hole, put the dog in the hole, and that's it. When I tell y'all, when he was just in total and utter like he couldn't get it. And when I tell you, I had to mute my phone and turn
Me
my
too.
camera off because you're too what? Lila Kim Freeman, she's extra. Like me either till she said it. But when I tell y'all, I had to turn my camera off and mute my phone because I was screaming because he just don't get it. It just don't make sense to him. So, that was my laughing moment for today.
He's so
And
he's so innocent. It's okay.
yeah, that's all I got, guys. What we at? 45 minutes. Okay, good timing. Anything y'all want to say? Anybody got anything coming up? Any well wishes?
I don't have a
No.
thing. I'm
What I
loving the
got coming?
simplicity over here.
I love that for you. Okay, nothing happening this week.
But I did come home.
Spit it out, Brittany.
I did come home, because my children's like, Mama, can you fry the chicken? I had to have a real talk with myself today, and they ain't gonna like it, but I'm not frying no more food up in here. So
I
I'm
think
not
that's
frying no more
great.
food
Brittany gonna call me
for
today.
several
Brittany gonna call me
reasons.
today and say, Tanisha, she gonna say, Tanisha, my weight steady climbing. I said, Brittany, only you can change that. Only you can change that.
Since the last time I talked about my
So,
weight, I done gained 6 pounds.
Big mama, big mama, big mama. Everybody want to be big mama.
I want to be little mama. Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side of little mama. I want to be her.
All right.
This it's getting
You
out of
see how
hand.
Jay Z mushed off that stage?
who?
Jay
Mush
Z put
who?
his hands on me. We all
I
go.
said, you know how Jay Z mushed Lil Mama off that stage?
Don't know nothing
And
about her.
she's sitting up there doing like this.
That's so long
Y'all
ago.
don't remember him and I see
Well,
it's
thank
not
y'all for
appreciated
joining
here.
us
Log
for
me off.
oh. Thank y'all for joining us for week 14 of You're on Mute, baby. We'll catch y'all next week where Hillary's the host, and I'm sure she'll bring you something good because I taught her well. Until next time, bye.
Don't piss me off.